in cemeteries dotted around the mountainside. The scale of this epidemic is easy to see.
So it's this one as well? Ça c'est choléra? Okay. Et ça ici?
Joseph Darius can't remember how many victims he's buried. But one in particular stands out in his memory. His sister.
Parce que c'est ça, je me sens boulé, parce que ça te pose mon problème, ça porte mon chagrin, pour jusqu'au n'y a là porte mon chagrin.
Outside the cemetery, cholera victims have gathered for a monthly meeting to discuss ways of dealing with the epidemic in their midst.
Mon Gabriel, non 7 jours entre avec dans ce cimetière, l'autre bord puis autour, 7 jours entre avec lui. C'est tout à dire pour notre marché là. Nous va bouquer, nous va bouquer.
Nous sous ça monde nous 90 qui fait choléra, mais pour nous dire ça qui mourent, faut nous dire même 30 qui mourent là-dedans.
Everyone at this meeting has either been infected with the disease or had a family member die.
So how many people here actually know somebody that's died of cholera?
As the meeting adjourns, we're told of an urgent new case. An elderly woman living close by who's in a critical condition. Saint-Hilaire Hilaire is losing strength fast. But her relatives are worried the journey down the mountain might kill her.
The sun is very bright at this time of day, so they were going to wait until later, but we've offered to give them a lift and drive them all the way down the mountain to the nearest cholera treatment center.
They decide to make a break for it, taking it in turns to carry her over the rice fields, along mud paths, to where the road begins. This is Haiti in the time of cholera. Communities living in fear. Each day, a new race for survival. Saint-Hilaire did reach the clinic before losing her strength, but in the end, it wasn't enough. A few weeks later, she succumbed to cholera, her body taken back home and buried in the mountains. While the death toll from cholera continues to rise, a new fight for justice has begun. Mario Joseph is the most famous lawyer in Haiti. He's won landmark victories for victims of political persecution. Today, he's collecting medical records. With very limited resources, Mario is representing thousands of Haitians who've been affected by cholera. It's the case of his life. They're trying to sue the United Nations.
United Nations have a lot of money we don't have. And they have a lot of 100,000 lawyers. We have only 12. The balance is for them. If they need to comply with the law, the balance is for us.
The lawsuit, filed in November 2011, claims that UN failures to screen its soldiers for cholera and follow international rules on waste disposal constitute gross negligence.
What are they doing? Are they gathering here?
Yeah, they're gathering here.
It's based on the UN's own investigation, which concluded that the Nepalese base leaking sewage into the river was a likely source of the outbreak. And it's composed of thousands of stories of personal loss, each one documented by Mario and his team. The next meeting is in Mirebalais, the town that's home to the UN base where the disease is known to have started. Henrietta Paul's husband was one of the very first to die. She doesn't know exactly where he's buried. Back then, the death toll was so high that bodies were being dumped in mass graves. Today, she and her daughter Lisette are filing a new claim. The family's only son, Fritz Nell, died 3 weeks ago from cholera. He was 34.
Ça fait mal moi-même parce que je perdu papa dans choléra, nous pas joindre. Petit frère me perdu encore, après ça me dit plusieurs d'autres familles. C'est monde qui c'est Frisnel Paul, c'est lui-même qui dépend de nous. Il mourit depuis nous grand, il monde qui peut aider nous encore.
Back at their headquarters in downtown Port-au-Prince, the fruits of the lawyers' painstaking labour is kept in a dusty storeroom, still waiting for the day it will be used in court.
These are all the case files in here?
Yes, we got all cases, the first 5,000 file. Not only we fill the form, we notarize. They said we received the complaints. We will give you an answer on respond on due time. Yeah, I don't know when the reasonable time will be.
But it's been more than a year.
More than a year.
And you've heard nothing?
Nothing.
Faced with the UN's silence, the lawyers decided to expand the lawsuit, adding more names to the thousands who'd already filed a complaint.
UN have to respond. UN must respond, but they promote human rights. And we will continue to fight. Until they don't respond, we will file complaints for all people.